Congratulations on such a great show. I've got to tell you, I'm a complete sucker for gangster movies and gangster series, so this is completely up my street.
So are we. That's crazy.
I would never have guessed looking at your track record. I mean, you've both worked on Godfather of Harlem. Chris, you were on Narcos. I mean, the other interesting thing is, though, that Michael, you're from New York, Christopher, you're from New Jersey, which of course is Sopranos territory. How much of what we're seeing on screen that you make is actually reflecting the days when you were growing up and the people that you knew when you were growing up?
Well, I will say I did actually live in Hell's Kitchen just at the very end of the 80s. So
wow.
have a vague sense memory of it, but of course I wasn't part of any gangs. I grew up in the suburbs, as did Chris, so...
Yeah, I think we have a fascination with criminal activity in a major city. We both grew up just outside New York City, so getting to the city was important for us, and living there. He lived in Hell's Kitchen during the 80s. I lived in Brooklyn in the 80s, and so we were always fascinated with the different criminal gangs that developed in different sections of New York, and decided to make that our living.
And of course, back then in the 80s, there were sections of New York that you didn't want to live in, and if you did walk by, if you had to walk through them, you walked faster. I mean, the city was changing. It had just come out of default. There was this, and so this particular neighborhood, Hell's Kitchen, was really a dangerous place for outsiders.
Yeah, as I remember it, New York at the time actually had quite a bad reputation internationally as well.
Yeah,
you
we pride ourselves on that.
Very careful. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you don't. I wondered how much as well that you were both film fans, because there were certain moments in the Westies that made me think of certain movies, like when Sweeney has a meeting in a restaurant, it was like The Godfather, and at one point there was a pair of boots walking across a bar, and I thought, oh, Blood Simple. So how much do you love the movies as well?
Oh, so much.
We do.
Coens and Godfather. Yeah, we wanted this show to feel like cinema. We wanted the look. Alan Taylor, who directed the first two episodes, really imprinted that, I think, onto the show, so that you feel like you're watching a movie.
And what we also do is, obviously, there's so many great crime movies that are part of our, shared history together, and you want to pay homage to them without necessarily copying them directly. And so I like to say we see so far because we stand on the shoulders of giants. So we use those movies as inspiration.
Right. We stand on the shoulders of the Criterion Collection.
There is a really strong sense of New York in the 1980s. Where did you do your location sequences?
Well, we were shooting in Toronto, and so we went and scouted Toronto, and we could not find street corners that really mimicked 1980 New York, or not enough of those street corners. So we built a 240-foot set of a New York City street in 1980 with its churches and peep shows and bars, and enclosed our shooting area with this stage that was exterior of our interior sets, and shot it there so as to give it a perfectly authentic look.
It does really have that. Guys, it's been great to talk to you. All too brief. I'm really
Oh,
sorry.
Lord, that's
but
it.
Rest assured, love the show.
Any final questions?
That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Frida.
So
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Nice, great to meet you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey,